Look for significant moments as children compose and improve their own success criteria, especially in his interaction with individuals. Notice the use of the visualizer and random choosing during the lesson. What do you think is the advantage of random choosing for who comes out to share their work?
So since you understand it, you know how to do it, which means you know how to write a success criteria for it, or what makes good for it, which means you're going to have a go now in your books. So I'm not going to do it for you because I want you to put it into your own words. So just stay tracking me for 2 minutes. Stay tracking me and listen. Eyes on me. Thank you, Frida. So, we are learning to. What are we learning to do, Zach? What are we learning to do? We are learning to? Be able to? Okay, so we are learning to be able to calculate. Now, I think it might be a bit confusing if I put mode and range both in the same success criteria. What would you suggest I could do instead? Good boy. Okay, so I could do mode, and then on the separate one I could do the range. So to calculate, and I'm just going to do the mode first. And I want for you to write for me, how do I calculate the mode? So hang on for 2 seconds. Then once that's done, you're going to go to your other one. And we are learning to be able to calculate the range. And you're going to tell me in steps by steps what we need to do. And I'm going to pick some people's success criteria to have a look at under the visualizer and see if those steps are as clear as possible, okay? So I'll be thinking, what is it that you need to do? Those steps, those top tips that you need to do to calculate the range and the mode. Does everybody understand that? Okay, off you go. So what kind of advice are you going to put in here for the mode?
Well, I'm going to say you're going to, first, you have to look at the one that is most popped up, or the number that is most used.
Yeah. And if you want to use popped up, you can, because that's what's going to help you remember how to do it. That's okay, all right? So this is your success criteria.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? And let me have a look. Track me. Thank you, Adam. And I am going to go with the Nikas. So let's all eyes up the front here. And let's see what the Nika has done really well. And if there's anything we could tell her that might make her success criteria even better. The Nika has done, we are learning to calculate the mode. And she's done, the mode is when a number is used more than once. And that is repeated. E.g. 5, 5, 3, 1, 3. And she circled 5 twice and said the mode is 5 because it is repeated. Okay, so really good advice there. Can you, with the person beside you, just think of maybe one thing she could possibly add to that might make her success criteria even better? Which one's the mode?
This one.
But you've said a mode is when a number is repeated. Is this not repeated? Is this not repeated?
So like you can use a number that's repeated.
You can add one key. Good girl. Do you see how you've improved that slightly? Okay. Has anybody got a suggestion that she could maybe do? Lima.
She could do explore the largest. It could help people find the most common number.
Ah, good. So that could be a good piece of advice where you could order from the smallest to the largest. Alicia.
She could write mode equals most.
Good girl. Mode equals most. Because what we've discussed here is eyes up here just so you can learn. Thank you, Devon. Is what Lanika's done here. Some really good things, but we've said when a number is used more than once. And I've showed Lanika this example here under the whiteboard of a number which is 3, 3, 6, 6, 6, 2, and 7. And if I'm looking at this, it says a number which is repeated. And I've said 3 is repeated twice, and 6 is repeated. And I get, what's the mode then, Lanika? The most. So how would you improve your work? by adding in that mode, be more specific. Have a look through your person's success criteria, what you've done so far. Do we swap books with each other and go separate ways? No. What do we do? Show me. Do we write on the books? No. We just talk. Good. Off you go. Give them one piece of advice and then back to work. So what have you done? What are you going to tell her?
I have did a few problems in mine.
A few problems in yours. Tell me.
I just forgot that it doesn't have to be 2 numbers, so I just started rubbing it out.
Yep.
And then you said we had to look at the board, so I just completely stopped.
Okay. So how are you going to improve this to make it better? Okay. Let's have a look. Pencils down, eyes at the front. Michelle. So eyes up to Michelle's work, right up the front here. And let's see. So you can sit down in your seat and we'll have a look through it together, okay? So, tracking the front here, well done. So Michelle has done to calculate the range. And he said the range is when you tell the difference between the biggest and the smallest and the biggest number. You're right, you give me a really good definition there. Can anybody think, and if you talk to the person, what could he do, or what could he add to that just to make it a little bit better? What could improve it a bit more? What could he do?
I could write it as what Adam said, from biggest to largest, from smallest to largest, and then I see which one's the smallest and then the largest, and I might tell the difference between them.
Excellent, good. So you could, Michelle, you could add an example as well. So the same again, we're going to look at each other's work, put it in the middle. Back again, exact same. We're going to look at our partner's work, we're going to look at it all together, and we're going to do the exact same discussion. What have they done well, and what is it you think that they could do better?
So, you want to do mine first? Yeah. Or your first? Okay. So